Diane in Denmark here. It is Tuesday. Woohoo! We made it to Tuesday. It's very dark outside in Denmark at the moment, but you know us, we love the month of December because we get to count down to Christmas, and we had our breakfast by candlelight this morning. It's just a hooga way to start the day instead of waking up and thinking, oh, it's cold outside and dark and I just want to put the blankets back over my head. So we've got the countdown candle going here, the 4th of December, and then we've also got the other one. This is the one that goes up to 24. You see this one when I post my picture of my shiny sink on Instagram. So anyway, let me just move this one over. I'm going to blow this one out. There we are. That's for the 4th. May the 4th be with you. No, December the 4th. Right. On Tuesday in Flylady Land, it's Plan and Play Day. And I just want to stress here, I know this is a busy month for everybody. I mean, especially if you're celebrating Christmas, there's a lot going on. It may be cold and snowy outside, and you know, everybody's kind of rush. But if you can just keep going with your morning routine and your evening routine, that is going to be a real, it's going to save you time right now. It's going to save you stress. It's going to save your sanity. So if you can just keep going with your morning routine and your evening routine, and if you can also keep going with your daily focus. Now, for those of you who have been doing daily focus for a while, you know what that's about. We have a kind of set day of the week for doing set things. So we don't need to be thinking the whole time, what am I forgetting about? What am I supposed to be doing? Well, it's kind of planned out, and you've got a set day for doing stuff. When you come up with your own daily focus, just follow the Flylady's ideas for the daily focus, but adapt it to suit your schedule. I adapt my daily focus depending on the time of year, and for example, now in November and December, quite often I do my errand day on a Tuesday. That works a bit better for me instead of doing it on a Thursday. So, just adapt it to suit you. Please don't say, oh, the Flylady system doesn't work for me because you're meant to adapt it. It's one size fits all, but you've got to adapt it to your family and your work schedule and your family and the number of pets that you have, and you know the story. Now, Tuesday in Flylady Land is Plan and Play Day, and I've mentioned this before. It's very, very simple. It's nothing complicated, but all you're going to do is set your timer for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, grab yourself a cup of coffee, get the candles going, some good music going, and all you're going to do is you're going to take your diary, your wall calendar, whatever you have for planning stuff, whatever you use for planning, and you're just going to have a look through your diary and say, are there birthdays coming up, anniversaries, school Christmas parties, is there somebody coming to install a new electric meter, as that was happening here yesterday. I'm going to a Christmas party, and we're just kind of looking ahead, so instead of things kind of suddenly falling onto our shoulders, we've had a chance to plan for it in advance. And I've told you last several weeks, I do menu planning. That's part of my Plan and Play Day, and that is such a big stress reliever, because in the past, I don't know why menu planning was so difficult. You just basically take the meals that your family like, write them down. I've got them written down in my control journal, and I have a list for chicken, a list for non-meat, a list for leftovers, and I just kind of plot in every day. One day will be chicken, another day will be some kind of Asian thing, another day will be salad and quiche. So just make it simple for yourself. And at this time of year, when you've got a lot going on, please make it really, really simple for yourself. Get out your crock pot, buy a rotisserie chicken and a bag of salad. We just have to feed you and the family. It doesn't have to be 5-star meals that you're providing every evening. And I know for me, especially at this time of year, things from the crock pot are great, because when it comes to like 6 o'clock at night, I am just dead on my feet. Anyway, I'm going to run through what we had last week. I had a really busy week last week. I was out most nights of the week. And that's the beauty of this planning ahead. It makes it less stressful, because if you don't plan, you know what happens. You end up going out for a takeout or getting a takeaway, and it all starts adding up, all that money. You know, we've got to watch our pennies. So anyway, I'll give you a quick rundown, and feel free to plan along with me. So on Monday nights I go to my Swedish language class, and what I do is I take a packed sandwich that I can eat during our break, and I always leave something for hubby and the kids, and either they make it there themselves or I've already prepared it in the crock pot. So on Monday they had Swedish meatballs, straight from IKEA, the frozen ones. And they also had it with a potato salad and a mixed green salad. And usually when I come home from Swedish, it's quite late and I have a cup of tea, and then if there are any leftovers, I eat those as well. On Tuesday, I ended up going out. It was very last minute. You've heard me mention my friend Catherine, who's from New Zealand, who's been here for like 30 years. At 4:30 in the afternoon, we decided, just at the drop of a hat, to go and see Gary Newman in concert in another town in Denmark. And because, you know, I've been keeping up with my routines, you know, the car was full of petrol, you know, I could just say, yeah, let's go, and off we went and had a great time. So for the kids and hubby, they had pizza and a plate of veggies, you know, carrot sticks and cucumber sticks and tomatoes. So it wasn't a fantastic meal for them, but it fed them. Wednesday, I was off on Wednesday. I was in Malmö, Sweden with Vibeke on a day trip there. And before I left, because I knew I'd be tired when I got home, I put a crock pot chicken curry in my Instant Pot. And when I say that, it was nothing complicated. I had some chicken fillets and a tin of coconut milk, some curry paste, and I put in half a bag of frozen veggies, and I just left that in the crock pot all day when I was away. And then when I came home, I made rice, and that was it, delicious, along with mango chutney and some naan bread. I always have naan bread in the freezer. So that was Wednesday. On Thursday, I was out to the theatre, to the pantomime at Tivoli Gardens with my ladies club, and I ate an early dinner. So the family were on their own again, and for them I left Danish soup. Now, Danish soup is a very classic thing. It's Danish meatballs and dumplings and carrots in broth. And the family had that with some homemade bread rolls that I had made. I'll put a link to my recipe and crafts playlist, because there's a lot of recipes up there. And also those 15-minute homemade rolls, they take like 5 minutes to put together, 15 minutes in the oven, and taste delicious. I know many of you have made them. I can see that on Instagram. So that's what I made for the family. And also they had risengrød for dessert. Now, risengrød is Danish rice pudding. And that's the basis for our Danish Christmas pudding, which is called risalemang. Anyway, I won't go into that today, but it's also on the recipes playlist. And then on Friday, oh gosh, Friday we were all feeling tired. It'd been a long week, and we had build your own beef burgers, you know, just beef burgers on buns. And I did oven baked potato wedges and salad, and family are always happy to get a burger. That was good. And then Saturday night, we don't often go out for dinner, and I was talking about this yesterday with some friends. I never buy coffee when I'm out. You know, a lot of people, you know, kind of buy coffee at Starbucks. I never buy anything like that when I'm out, and we hardly ever eat out. It's very, very rare we get a takeaway or a restaurant. Probably maybe twice a month, I don't know. Anyway, we went to a really fantastic Asian place here in Copenhagen, and we had gua bao buns, and I had a beef tataki salad, and I had sushi, and the family had ramen bowls, so that was delicious, and I can't wait to go back to that place. And then on Sunday we had a very traditional Danish thing called stegt flæsk, which is roast belly pork. It's like really, really thick slices of bacon that you fry until it's really, really crispy. It's got really good crackling on it. And normally you would have that with parsley sauce and potatoes. That's the very classic Danish way of having it. But we had it with gratin dauphinois and hot red cabbage. And I also boiled up some carrots. And I get a lot of questions on Instagram when I post about the red cabbage. The Danes eat a lot of pickled red cabbage. It comes in jars here. I don't make it. I've tried making it myself, and I've just never found a good recipe that really works for me. And you get it in jars at the supermarket here, and it's pickled cabbage, and you just warm it through, and it's great with anything like duck, or you know, any kind of pork dishes. So anyway, I'm going to keep it short. Not so short, so I've been talking for 10 minutes. Anyway, I hope that gave you a few ideas. And please make life simple for yourself right now. There's a lot going on. I'm planning my menu for next week. I've got my timer here, and I'm making it as simple as possible because, you know, all the Christmas events have started here, but, you know, you've got to keep drinking your water and keep feeding yourself. I mentioned this before, you know, but before I found Flylady, I would be volunteering for things left, right and centre. And there I would be, you know, making, you know, Christmas pies or, you know, muffins for nursery. And I hadn't eaten anything myself the whole day because I was so busy doing it. Just a wee bit of planning, keep going with your routines and everything will be all right. So on that note, I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday. We might even get a bit of sunshine here today. Hooray! And it's actually quite warm. I had to take off my scarf because it's roasting in here. Anyway, Diane in Denmark is saying, live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you. And we are counting down to number 4 today. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.